Alec Baldwin is not going to like this verdict. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, the armorer from Rust, just received a maximum 18-month sentence for involuntary manslaughter. But what we really need to talk about are these prison calls she'd made. Yikes. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. Man, this sentencing hearing today was brutal. I was shedding some tears, as many family and friends of Halyna Hutchins, the director, photographer, cinematographer from Rust, the film with Alec Baldwin, who so unfairly lost her life. During the sentencing hearing, she was already convicted, but Hannah Gutierrez-Reed had to face the family and friends who spoke of Halyna in such beautiful ways. So strong of them to come forward, and I'm so glad they did, because it really hit home just how brutal. And the most biggest takeaway for me was just the lack of remorse that was faced. Summaries of jail calls that Hannah had are just shocking to go through, and I'm going to highlight and go through some of them. Before I get there, I want you to see her pleading to the judge for some, favor.
First and foremost, my heart aches for the Hutchins family and friends and colleagues as well. And it has since the day this tragedy occurred. Halyna has been and always will be an inspiration to me. I understand she was taken too soon, and I pray that you all find peace. I am beyond grateful that Joel survived that terrible day. My heart goes out to the film industry for the devastating pain that this tragedy caused and the old wounds that have been reopened. I am saddened by the way the media sensationalized our traumatic tragedy and portrayed me as a complete monster, which has actually been the total opposite of what's been in my heart. Your Honor, when I took on Rust, I was young and I was naive, but I took my job as seriously as I knew how to. Despite not having proper time, resources, and staffing, when things got tough, I just did my best to handle it. Today, I humbly ask you to consider probation, a probation where I can contribute to society through community service, and I can continue my counseling, and I welcome any classes that you may deem necessary for me to attend. I give you my word now that I would strictly follow the rules and respect the parameters of that probation. I beg you, please don't give me more time. The jury has found me in part at fault for this god-awful tragedy, but that doesn't make me a monster. That makes me human. Thank you.
No, what makes you a monster, before we go to the judge's verdict, is these calls. My goodness, girl, you knew you were being recorded. And while you watch that, it's easy to maybe be swayed, oh, give this girl a break. I am so glad the judge didn't. I want to read some portions from these calls because it's truly horrific, and it really doesn't show any sign of remorse from this woman. And it shows actually the complete opposite of what you just heard. Let's go through these calls, shall we? Here we go. Hannah says that other girls in jail were saying that I can't believe they threw your pretty little white ass in here for nothing. Hannah says, yeah, girl, for real. She's built for jail and likes tap water. She likes hard beds, and the cat food isn't too bad. She's talking to a male on the phone. This is some BS, but doesn't say BS, says the real word. Hannah laughs loudly. She was glad her mom stood up. Her mom had an outburst at one point during court and was reprimanded. The male she's speaking to says, yeah, he's been to jail before. She says she didn't think she would like it, but now she does. Hannah says that she can't believe that the judge put her in jail. Hannah talks about the jury and how they only took 2 effing hours and how she got the book thrown at her. She says that everyone lied on the stand except for 2 or 3 experts and the witnesses and how they all lied. She says that she didn't need to be shaking the dummies all the time. Why should she have to check the dummies all the time? She complains about what happened on set and says people are still gonna die on set. She complains about the jury and how people got immunity and had pending lawsuits. She says she's complaining because TMZs make it seem like she's having a tough time, but she is fine. If they talk to any worker there, they would say she's happy and bubbly. Oh, great. Glad to hear you're not having a problem. So enjoy the 18 months. She talks about being a felon and how it's going to work, and with all her guns and how So he isn't sure how that'll work. She says her boyfriend, can put them in a safe and he can just say that she doesn't know the combo. Lovely. She talks about how she was wrongly incarcerated. Hannah talks about suing various media outlets, and TMZ is full of crap, and how she's built for jail. Hannah says that if she is subpoenaed for Baldwin's trial, she won't show up. She says she shouldn't be subpoenaed if Baldwin didn't have to show up for her. Like he would have helped you, girl. The judge giving her time for no reason. The judge isn't fair, and they are going to Supreme Court. Well, good luck with that. Hannah says she is trying to get Carmela, Jason Bell's paralegal, to talk to the family of Halyna about coming to sentencing to speak on her behalf. Well, spoiler alert, they didn't. They must not like you as much as you think. Maybe leave them alone. Maybe don't contact them anymore. Hannah talks about the friends she's making and how she's having fun. She doesn't want to be in prison for 13 months, but it is what it is. She says she's having more fun in jail than her boyfriend ever did. She says jails isn't like summer camp, but it's kind of like summer camp. She says that everything is going to be reviewed and that she feels like people were paid off to look the other way. Conspiracy theory about how she's being used as a pawn. And it's not too bad in jail, though. All over the place with her feelings. Hannah says that the judge is terrible. Idiot. Special prosecutor got together with the judge and they were against her. Hannah complains about how fast the jury deliberated, says that everyone who testified was given immunity, had a lawsuit pending, or was part of the problem. She calls the jury, the R word, apologies, retarded. She says the jury of your peers means they're effing R words. Hannah calls Carrie, the special prosecutor, the B word, and says she's just doing this out of spite. Sure, got it. And I think always good to tell the prosecutor a B word and how the judge is getting paid and wrong. That's going to help in your sentencing, girl. Hannah thinks the judge is getting paid off and she deserves credit for being respectful. Let's give her a round of applause. She says there's a lot of nice things about jail. She's really okay with jail. So, okay. It sounds like it's not punishment enough. Can we give her a worse jail? It's a forced break from life. She says that she paid a guy named Roger $3,000 to be her PR person, and that they need to talk to him. Her mother jokes about her mom getting thrown out of court and that the judge is a menace. Hannah thanks her mom for the outburst. Hannah says that the judge was on a power trip. Hannah wants to pull in the governor and F this B up. It's hard to know who she's referring to as the B. Hard to not assume it's not the judge. Hannah is wishing to F up the judge, who's a B word. Hannah is wishing they had hula hoops in jail. A mom recommends writing a book about the whole thing before someone else does. So make sure to monetize it. Hurry up. They blame the child on set for being dangerous on set. Hannah talks about the kid getting the gun that was just laying around. You're in charge of the weapons. That's your job. That book stops with you. There's no skate. Oh, we're blaming you. You're one of various people who should be blamed. You apparently had a plea deal you didn't take. You should have taken the plea deal. I don't trust the special prosecutor not to be recording these calls. I don't trust that B. Well, yeah, these are prison calls. It's all recorded. And she admits to that later. Hannah says if she had to go to jail longer, she's down for it. They talk about using her father's leukemia to keep her out of prison. Let's use that and say, well, we're the only people that can take care of him. So she's manipulative. She's lying. She's going to do whatever she can to try to trick her way out of jail. Hannah says jail isn't too bad, though, as some parts are just fine. They talk about how Hannah can do it with the time standing on her head. Hannah asked Carmela to reach out to Halyna's husband and son to support her at sentence. Let me read that again. She wants to reach out to Halyna's son to support her at sentencing for being the idiot who didn't check the rounds properly before the son's mother was taken away. This woman is delusional. Oh my God, leave this poor family alone. Hannah says jail is forced vacation and she's doing fine. Hannah says the jury didn't look at the evidence and are a-holes. She says the people that testified against her just want to talk S, and she got railroaded. The special prosecutor lied during closing. Well, she's a lawyer. Your lawyer lied too. Every lawyer's allowed to lie. Hannah wants to go after people for libel. Hannah is mad that the whole thing got pinned on her. That jail is good character development, though. Hannah wants them to put Alec Baldwin in jail also. Hannah says the jury was so effing stupid, she calls the jury effing idiots. She says she doesn't feel like she deserves to be there, and jail guards agree with her. Hannah thinks her judge got paid off. They talk about how the calls are being recorded and how they need to talk about people by their names instead of B word. Yeah, too late. Too late. They complain about the time the jury took to deliberate and how they didn't look at the evidence. How she shouldn't be a felon, and maybe they can get it knocked down to misdemeanor. Hannah wants to bother the governor for the rest of her life so she can get pardoned. Good luck. She's also having a movie night in jail. They're watching Frozen, guys. Hannah's mother says that Hannah should fight the biggest girl in the bunch that's causing problems. Okay, so I guess she was having some. She can't promise that she will be calm during sentence, Mom is trying to say. Hannah says she got moved to 300 and it's effing lit in here now. So she's really enjoying jail. Hannah says she has Regina as a roommate and is fun as F and not bad at all. Hannah says that she has a good day on fun with another fun inmate and that she's having crazy good vibes in prison. She says she likes the new medication because it makes her feel high. Hannah says the whole thing has been a character attack on her. She complains that she has all the fame of a public figure, but none of the benefits. Hannah says this is all she's going to be known for. Mom asks whether or not Halyna's friends are going to write letters for her. They didn't. Hannah says she's nice and safe in jail. They talk about how much Hannah's life they could take up and how this is messing up with her modeling career. My God. My God. Hannah thinks the producers should be in jail. They complain about Dave Halls, the AD, who took a deal, and how he effed Hannah to save his own butt. Hannah is dismissive of the judge, talking about someone dying as a result of her actions. Hannah says she really is fine in jail, and some days really likes it. She says the prosecution bored the jury for 9 days, and when the defense put their case, the jury was already bored. They think that the jury must have been tampered with. So they're bored, tampered with, working together. Everything's against this poor woman. They felt let down by the FBI. Hannah says the whole thing wasn't so comical. She'd be upset. Mom yells that Hannah didn't cause Halyna's death, and Hannah agrees. This is so gross. Hannah says she deserves a new trial and that this is BS. Hannah wants to go get unemployment now. She's going to force unemployment, and losing her job due to incarceration is the best way to get on unemployment, so she can be lazy and not get anything. Hannah says she should have signed the plea and just gone on the news and denied it. So she was offered one. Hannah thinks the paramedics should be in jail for intubating her wrong. Hannah says Mom can also give the special prosecutor 2 or 3 of her pay stubs to shut that bee up. Hannah still can't believe how many people are trying to ruin her. Hannah complains that they're literally put her in with murderers. Now you are one too. Hannah says that the people have accidents and people die. It's an unfortunate part of life, but it doesn't mean she should be in jail. She says the medic on set of Rust is a dumb B word and should have been prepared. Yeah, you should have been prepared for me not doing my job. If someone might get shot. As if that happens all the time on sets. It doesn't. They talk about the paramedics taking too long, and she would still be here if they had done it right and intubated her right. That would have been done right if you just checked the work and actually did your job, girl. She calls the paramedics effing idiots, effing R words. Mom says, how is this on you? Hannah tells her that they're, anyway, it talks about whatever. That's it. So we're at there. I'm sorry, girl. I have no remorse. I have no remorse, and neither did this judge.
The word remorse, a deep regret, coming from a sense of guilt for past wrongs. That's not you. You're hereby sentenced as follows. Stand. I am sentencing you to 18 months of incarceration at a New Mexico Women's Correctional Facility. I find that what you did constitutes a serious violent offense. It was committed in a physically violent manner, a fatal gunshot done with your recklessness in the face of knowledge that your acts were reasonably likely to result in serious harm. You were the armorer, the one that stood between a safe weapon and a weapon that could kill someone. You alone turned a safe weapon into a lethal weapon. But for you, Miss Hutchins would be alive, a husband would have his partner, and a little boy would have his mother.
Oh, it's so damn sad. This poor kid, I don't want to lose it again, but watching the family and everybody deal with it, I am just horrified. And it's not done. Alec Baldwin is also responsible. He was a producer on the film. He knew better. And now she's been put away, but he's going to try everything he can with his high-powered lawyers. He's got very good lawyers, unlike her. and we'll see what happens, and we will be here to cover that trial for you. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for alerts, smash that like button, because we will be keeping you posted on the Alec Baldwin portion now that Hannah is put away. What do you think? Do you think she has any remorse? Hearing those letters, does it make you more happy that she got the full maximum sentence? I want to hear your thoughts below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet, and join us tomorrow live as well.